All right, Super Bowl Sunday. I haven't shaved in a couple days. I look terrible. I was sick. Anyway, I did find a really cool t-shirt. However, it's one of those fun things. When you're not feeling very muscular or looking very muscular, it's imperative that you wear shirts with people that are very muscular on them. So it gives the illusion that you're muscular. So when you do go to the gym, you work out harder. Because I haven't worked out in like 4 weeks. I wasn't feeling good. I've been working. We had the snowstorm. Excuses. I was switching gyms and I went to one and I was training my daughter. Then so essentially I really haven't really worked out the way I need to since like November, like early December. But I've hit it, but not like the way I need to. So it's February, but it's Super Bowl Sunday. It's going to be interesting getting to the Super Bowl. Not that anyone cares. I don't know if anyone's terribly interested. I'm personally not. I don't know if other people are or aren't basically because the teams are like kind of what you'd expect. It's been a weird year for football, but it's not a bad thing. I think I'm kind of like over this whole like allegedly political agenda everybody has, especially the NFL, in my opinion. Not saying anything good or bad, but like parts of sporting events and certain things have become quote unquote woke, and there's nothing wrong with that. But my biggest thing is the intention as to why it became woke and all this inclusion and stuff like that. Not saying anything bad, but because a lot of people, I only care, and it's like, no. Like, you care about the money. You don't care about the principle. You really don't care about the people. It's not about the inclusion, because if you look at who owns the NFL, what does everybody look like? If you care really benefits from the NFL, the shareholders, the people that are really making money. I forget the athletes making $100 million, a couple seasons. They're broke. If somebody can afford to pay you that much, they're making ridiculous numbers. And everybody's bragging about how expensive it is to go. Like, if you gave me 5 tickets, I would not go, because I'm actually going on a cruise for free, but it's still costing me like a lot of money because you got to pay taxes, you got to fly to places, all the prices are overinflated, and you actually look at who's truly benefiting and what they actually give out. It's really not a lot. You could say, well, we spent, $30 million helping people, but when you've made like, $30 billion, it's like, hey, it's like me giving somebody 5 cents and helping them to have a great day. So just understanding what it is, and then the whole wokeness and why it is. And then I do think it's kind of ridiculous. I know we have a big Hispanic population, right onto that, but to have somebody come out that I don't know who that is. I'm a 40-something-year-old man, so a lot of the newer performers I don't know, and honestly, I feel like an old man, because back in the day, people they were talking about other people's music kind of being like garbage. I wouldn't say it's garbage, but like, I don't get it. I'm not a part of it. I don't think it's really going to have much value. And that's just my opinion. I could be absolutely wrong, because a lot of times that's what the ones have said about Tupac. And obviously look at what happened. So I hope in a really roundabout way I'm wrong, but in a good way musically, I hope I'm right, because sometimes the music just comes out. And as a person who's done music and stuff like that, a lot of people, they just kind of put stuff together and it's kind of like crap and it's corrosive. There's no good singing. Somebody's in the studio, they put a bunch of stuff together and they just do it. There's no real musicality about it, and someone really thinking it's like, oh, this is my struggle, or this is how I'm partying. It doesn't have the same kind of like feel. Anyway, that's just my opinion. So I'm kind of not inclined to watch it, even just seeing the teams. However, I had heard that one quarterback from the Patriots, shout out to that young guy. I think he might be a Christian. Now, this isn't some sort of Christian agenda thing, but he was refusing to wear like some sort of bracelet to support, LGBTQ, whatever. There's nothing wrong with that. It's support things because you want to, not because you have to. And like the whole inclusion in the NFL of certain things, it's a little sus in my opinion, because basically I know some accountants sitting somewhere saying this is 1.35 blah, blah, blah % of our revenue, but then this could potentially grow over the future if we say we include this and we include that, and we care. We don't have to care. Look at where all the money goes. Look at who all the people are that own it. They're not blah, blah, blah and blee, blee, blee and la, la, la. They just say, hey, it turns into money, so let's just say we accept it. So understand why people support things and why people don't support things. So I have nothing against the NFL, but I'm like, there's an old saying, you ain't got a lot to kick it. So seeing all these things go on, it just becomes more of an interesting thing. The spectacle is not the spectacle that I think we used to see, in my opinion.